totally wild to me. So many of us are following along somebody else's recipe for success and then wondering why it doesn't taste quite right. Right? That is just wild. It's insane. We've spent the last 5 videos unpacking the chocolate bar life theory, identifying what really matters to you, recognizing burnout, and then breaking free from the good girl stuff, right? Now what's really important is to write your own recipe, right? One that feels delicious for you to live. I'm Danielle Colley, and today we're going to be pulling everything together to create your personalized recipe for happiness, contentment, success, whatever you want to call it, okay? Not the kind that looks good on LinkedIn, right? And then feels like a thumb trap, okay? Not the kind that feels like you are, just existing and not actually enjoying your life because you're on some kind of hamster wheel, all right? We're talking about the kind of life that gives you that deep down satisfaction of knowing that you're living life on your own terms. Okay. Yes, there are things that we have to do, right? Yes, we do have bills to pay, but you can still create a life that feels good on your own terms. So think of this as like, I don't know, think of it like your signature dish. Okay. So it might have some classic ingredients. Other people might even make it, but this is the way that you do it with your own special sauce, right? All the proportions and the special touches, that's all yours. So let's start with something radical, okay? What if success isn't about having it all, right? But just about having what matters most to you? I worked one-on-one with a beautiful lady called Pamela, and she was from Singapore. She had a successful business, an international lifestyle, all the external markers of success, but she felt trapped. It no longer gave her that zing that it once did, and it had gone a little bit toxic, right? It wasn't until she gave herself permission to redefine success that everything changed for her. She sold that business, right? And she reconnected with what really mattered with her. She sold that business. She moved countries and she reconnected with what really mattered to her. And she created something completely new, something that actually felt good to live. It felt meaningful to her. So now let's look at your ingredients, right? You've spent the last few videos identifying what your values are, noticing your warning signs, questioning those inherited good girl vibes. These insights become your essential ingredients, okay? So like any good recipe, you need to know what to keep, what to leave out, what needs like a little bit more and what needs just like a little pinch. Maybe you've realized that status doesn't matter as much as creativity. Or maybe you've realized that flexibility means more to you than a fancy title. These aren't compromises, okay? These are choices. And remember our chocolate bar? Yeah, your recipe needs all 3 elements, okay? We got to have the work, the rest, and the play. And here's the key. The proportions, your ratios, they're going to shift, right? Because life is not static, okay? Your proportions are going to shift. Some weeks might be work heavy. That's okay, as long as you don't forget about the other ingredients entirely. It's not about having a perfect balance. There's no such thing, spoiler alert, no such thing as perfect balance, okay? This is about intentional imbalance, knowing when to lean in and knowing when to pull back. So this is where the rubber meets the road, okay? Your recipe, it's not just a pretty idea. It's not just something that we like pop onto YouTube or whatever and we have a little look and go, that's a nice idea, okay? This is your practical guide. Start with your non-negotiables, okay? The things that keep you sane and strong. Build your boundaries around these. Then add in your growth elements, the things that challenge you, the things that excite you. All right. And then finally, sprinkling with joy, all of those like lovely, delicious, like joy factors. Okay. The yummy play, sprinkling in the things that just make life worth living, right? They make your life sweet. And then your final challenge is to create your success recipe card. Write it down. 3 non-negotiables for well-being, your personal definition of success, your weekly minimum requirements for work, rest, and play. 3 boundaries that you commit to maintaining. Put it somewhere visible. Put it on social media. Shout it out to the world. Put it next to your desk. Whatever works for you. Tattoo it on your forehead. Don't tattoo it on your forehead. I'm currently undergoing a tattoo removal process, and let me tell you, it's better to think wisely about the permanent ink that you put on your body. But I'm just suggesting that you put it somewhere visible, keep it nearby you so that you can use that as your own personal compass. Remember that this recipe will evolve as you do. That's perfect. The goal isn't to figure it out forever, right? It's to create something that works for you right now, and then you can revisit it whenever you need to. So you've done the hard work of questioning, of exploring, and redefining. So now it's time to cook up that lovely life that actually feels good to live. All right. So thank you for being part of this journey. Now go create something delicious. I'll see you soon.